Okay, Chapter 5 of Doctor Who Flux after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and what we're talking about, of course, is episode 5 of season 13 of Doctor Who, which is Survivors of the Flux. This is chapter 5 of a 6-chapter adventure, and we see a lot of the loose ends being tied together. What happened in 1904 with this man digging tunnels? What happened in the situation with the Weeping Angels? What happened with a number of characters that have been introduced over the last 4 episodes to all tie together? And we're starting to see that tying together in this particular episode. We have Yaz and Dan and Jericho that are in 1904, and they have been separated from the Doctor for about 3 years now and are acting upon some instructions the Doctor left for Yaz in order to figure out when the Earth is supposed to end, and with that information should be able to do something. It's not quite certain exactly what they're going to end up doing, except that it will be part of the way of saving the Earth. We also tie in Carvanista, the Centaurans, the Serpent Master, Master Serpent, what do they call him? That was once Vender's boss. We see Vender and Bell again. We see the Ood, and more importantly, we see the Division. Now, the Division is explained. It was put together as kind of a Gallifreyan secret police that went through time and space to try to keep everything lined up. This was, if you ever saw, it's an old U.S. show called Voyagers. It came on in the late 70s or early 80s, as I recall. And in this show, they send time travelers back in time to correct history, to give it a little boost, a little push in the right direction. And that would appear to be what the Division was to do. It was to put things together as they saw fit. This is completely against what we've been told about Gallifrey before. And in fact, the Doctor points out that there are laws on Gallifrey against doing this. But as this group has been organized and operates in secret, it's hard to tell just how they could be restrained by such a thing. And apparently the Doctor was part of it. We find out that the Doctor's memories are locked in a watch, which is the way we have seen before with the Ruth Doctor, also the Master before, and the Doctor in a previous regeneration was able to put an entirety of memories into this device in order to not even know himself, or in this case herself, just where and when she's been. So we see a big reveal of the person who is apparently running the Division, and how the Doctor should really know who this person is, and how this person has a lot of the Doctor's answers that of questions that she has. And what it all looks like is that we're going to see a lot of this tied together, and the Doctor is going to learn about her former lives, how many that she had, and what she did during those times. Apparently, her sense of morality has gone way back, and that was a reason that her memory was wiped. Also, we know something about how Flux was started and why, and how the Doctor plays a major part in it. And so it is a very interestingly written episode. It does not fall in some of the traps that some of their previous writing has done. It's very timey-wimey, but we see how they are once again able to use the fact that they are time travelers for things to happen in different eras all at the same time. So we find us jumping between 1904, 1958, and the 21st century in order to pull this story together. So we know something about Teteun, who is the new character that the Doctor's interacting with, the head of division, and found that the Master told the truth, something that we've all kind of suspected but hoped that he was just lying about it. He wasn't. A couple of things in this episode that I found kind of interesting was the fact that Yaz and Dan and Jericho have gotten together to be kind of Indiana Jones between the three of them. They're going into ancient ruins. They are going around the world, complete with the map with a dotted line on it, just as they did in Raiders of the Lost Ark and its sequels. We also had a little cartoon line where a steward comes in to a stateroom on the ship and asks Jericho 1 lump or 2. And the cartoon punchline results from this. I thought that's kind of interesting use of our collective memories of old cartoons and things such as that. Anyway, so in this one, we see all of the characters that we have wondered what have happened to and what part they're going to be playing in the finale next week. It's going to be a big one. They've done a lot of the explanation, the fact that there is a multiverse. If you're going to destroy the universe, you need to have some place to go. And there is a temptation that the Doctor has been given. Whether she takes it or not is part of the story. We, of course, figure out that she will not do that. She'll find some way to save the universe, and we're going to have to wait until next week to find out how she does it. So that is Doctor Who survivors of the Flux. We also find out that a lot of these people that the swarm has touched did not actually die, but they've been transferred from one place to another. So we'll have to find out exactly what the purpose of that is and just how all of that is going to work. So still some questions to be answered, but as things are tying together, we're starting to see where they're going with this. So a superior episode and a superior season for this Doctor especially. So I'd like to know what you think about it. Put it in the comments below. And of course, if you've not subscribed or rung the bell, please do that so you know when the next video is coming your way. And until next time, don't go far.